roads like a top. Alrighty, today's a new day, and now we are going to throw this AC Delco belt on. I've had this belt for maybe like a month or so, and I've just been waiting until I was kind of wrapping up everything to put it on. That way I kept it in as good a shape as possible. So now that I got the power steering lines changed, the oils changed, everything's been kind of cleaned and taken care of inside the engine bay. I do want to drain and flush the cooling system, but I don't think that's going to be that much of an issue. So as far as oil and all that stuff, it's all done. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this belt in there, and it should be a lot better than the one that's in there, that's for sure. So you can see here, got some serious pitting and some just overall dry rot, especially on this side. So you can see all the cracks and everything. She was definitely old, definitely needed to be changed, and I would assume that, I mean, it might have lasted a little while, but man, if you would have put this thing under any type of load or anything, you would definitely pop this Serpentine belt. So now out with the old and in with the beautiful, nice new green one. Got that nice new belt in there. Looks great. I mean, I put it on backwards with the letters, but who cares? All it says is Fleet Runner and made in Mexico. So, oh, and I just wanted to show you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this. Whenever you need extra torque, I used to always grab a jack handle. I had an extra handle or piece of pipe laying around, which is good. But I just learned that if you get your extension and put a 3/4 on here, and then it slides right over the end, and it sits down into a little cup here. Did you see that? So now it's nice and tight. So I've got that whole thing, and that's what I used just now to do the belt, and it worked like a dream. So quick little tip for you guys. It's a lot more narrow, a lot easier to deal with than a big old jack handle too. So I just saw that on a video, and I figured I would spread it because that's definitely a useful tip for us shade tree mechanics, you know. So I bought new wipers, and I went to put them on. My wipers still don't work or anything. So I was messing with the relays and whatnot, and I had a relay just clicking underneath, or just sounding off underneath the dash. So I pulled out the relay. It only goes off when I have the radio on. So I was doing a bunch of research, and it said that it's probably the wiper motor, but the wipers were stuck on there. The clamps were busted off, and that's probably why they haven't changed them in forever. You can see the lines on the windshield and whatnot. Look at all the leaves, all the debris, and then you can see the head there. So I had to cut it. I had to cut it right here with the grinder. I had to cut through the top of the cap down in here to release it because the little pins were broken off on both of them. And I'm telling you, this one in the middle was the worst because it's right there in the middle of everything. So it was tough, but it was aluminum, and my grinder was able to chew through it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this assembly out of here, because assembly is probably still good, so maybe just the motor is bad. These caps are honestly still usable, even though they have the cut in them. They're still usable. They have plenty of teeth and grab on them. So I might keep the arms and just repaint them, but I do know that the motor is probably bad. So I'm gonna pull this whole fixture out of here, and then I've got the shop vac, and I am going to vacuum out all of those leaves. Alrighty, got that all cleaned out. Well, I got it all vacuumed out. All back inside the firewall. It was nasty, full of sticks and everything. No rat's nest or anything, so that's good. Definitely needed to be cleaned out in there. Especially back in there by the air vent. That's where it intakes the air back there. That's why the blower motor was all full of leaves and everything, because this whole thing was full of leaves. So nice to have that all cleaned out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna obviously hit all this with some simple green. Actually, I've been using the super power or something like that. I've got it sitting over there on the shelf, but that stuff's been working really good. It's got a different smell to it, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray all this nasty mold in here, or dirt. I'm gonna get all back in there. I'm gonna clean it out real nice and good, and then I have to order that kit right there. This is the stuff here, the purple, the super clean. This stuff has been really good. I've been testing out all kinds of different degreasers, and this one right here seems to be doing the best so far. And I was able to get it in a 2.5 gallon, which is really nice. I just have my little funnel here, and I just have this. Oh, and then also, check it out. I was able to paint the pegboard white. I got everything hung up, and I got my bench grinder mounted. Check that out. Sick. Okay, got it all done. Nice and clean. All back in there. It's beautiful, nice, and shiny and clean. And I tried to get the spots off the windshield, but they're kind of stuck on there. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to take the clay bar and clay bar the whole windshield and then wax it, and that should get that little bit out of there. Now I have, yesterday or last night, we cleaned out that entire pit, that whole cavity where the wiper arm armature and everything is. I ordered the motor and the arms themselves as one unit, and I also ordered the actual wiper arms themselves too. So we have everything coming now. We have this. It's in very good condition for, you know, how old it is and where it's been sitting just in the sun. So I've already degreased it and scrubbed it very well, both sides. It's very clean. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wipe it down with some acetone, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some fresh paint, make it look nice and new. That way, whenever we put it all back together, it'll look brand new. Alrighty, just like that, we got it all sprayed up. I forgot to cover these things, but I didn't spray them too heavy. Once I noticed them, I avoided them, but got it all done now. Looks really good. Nice and fresh, and it's pretty much dry to the touch, so this is how it's gonna be. Super nice. Got somebody leaving the driveway there. Just did another deal. I had a direct drive pressure washer pump and an aluminum skid left over sitting on my shelf, and I posted it and I just sold it for 150 bucks. So as is. So yeah, anyways, it was sitting on the shelf. I didn't need it, and I was like, you know, I was just looking around and I'm like, you know what, let me just see. So I threw it on there, got rid of it, and I got rid of that exhaust too. I'm not quite sure if I said that, but I did get rid of that exhaust. I posted it for 150 bucks and I sold it for 100. So right there, I made 250 bucks off of some stuff that was just sitting around the garage collecting dust. So you can't beat that. Alrighty, so I was looking on Marketplace for a decent compressor because I'm thinking about possibly painting the truck, and we actually need one here at the house because the only thing I have is this little car guy here. So I've got this was on sale, retails for like $240, and I had a $40, it came with a $40 coupon, so I got that. And then I also got like a little variety tool pack. Got this thing right here. So all in all, the door after taxes and everything, I think it was like 230 bucks for the compressor and that. So this one right here, I got this one because I should be able to paint with it. I was doing some research on different ones, and I was gonna get a smaller one because this one is kind of huge. I mean, a 20 gallon is kind of bigger than I need for what I'm doing. I mean, mainly got it so I can pump that tire back up. I think that I'll have this thing for definitely a long time, several years. So here's a little bit of the spec on it. You guys can kind of pause the screen or whatever and check it out. But everything that I need to do is gonna be right in here in this situation, and all this stuff down here, I have electric versions of these, so I don't need a impact or a ratchet or a grinder. I don't need a sander right yet, but if I do, I'm gonna get an electric one. So anyways, this should be plenty for what I need. And the best part is it stands up. It doesn't lay flat. So the horizontal ones take up so much room, so this is perfect for my little spot. Got it all fired up. Well, she made it, 135 PSI, and not too hot actually. I mean, I know that's just a plastic cover, but worked out great, doing its thing. So I was just out ripping around on the e-bike, just kind of burning some time, ripping around the neighborhood. Today's Saturday, so there was a bunch of yard sales today, and I saw two of these shop stools sitting on the corner with a sign that said free. There was some other stuff there too, but you can see they were originally asking $1. Now, I just got done taping it, some duct tape I've got right here, but it had some tears in it and whatnot, but it swivels, it's soft, it's solid. I mean, it's got some surface rust and stuff, but literally, if it's free, it's for me. And it's ironic because not only does it match my bench over there, which I just bought, but I was also looking on Marketplace. I've seen some decent ones. I was gonna get like a Matco one or a Snap-on one, something like unique that would be good for the shop, you know, just a little talking piece. What is up, guys? So I wanted to jump into the video real quick and kind of explain a little bit on why I chose this specific programmer. The reason I chose this one was a couple of different reasons. The number one reason was obviously because they're notorious, right? They have a very reputable name. I've been doing this for a very long time. Number two is it's very plug and play. I know that most of them are, right? That's kind of the name of the game, but this one was very plug and play, had all kinds of resources, and tons of people have put them on, tons of reviews. So that helped a lot with me purchasing it. The third thing was that I don't have any gauges in this truck. I need, other than obviously the stock gauge cluster, but I need several gauges in this truck. That way I can monitor what's going on. EGT, trans temp, so on and so forth. Boost would be a nice one. So what I'm doing is I was kind of like weighing out my options with buying a different programmer, a cheaper one, $500, $600, $700 route, one that doesn't come with the screen. And then I was going to do that, and then I was going to get pillar pod. I was going to put gauges on the pillar. Now, to get 3 or 4 gauges on the pillar, that was going to cost me $300, $400, $500, depending on, you know, which gauges I wanted and which brand, so on. The thing with this screen is I can have 8 different readings all at once, okay? So I can have everything from my fuel pressure, my oil pressure, my trans temp, EGT, a couple of different locations for the trans temp, my coolant temp, intake air temperature, all kinds of different things. And so with that screen there, it kind of eliminated the need for me to go the route of, you know, getting the pillar pod there and having to have gauges right there. Not that it's a bad look, but I kind of wanted to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. I haven't really been splurging too crazy on this truck, but I have been very smart in where I spend the money. And if I can consolidate and kind of do 2 birds with 1 stone, then that's kind of the best route and the most budget friendly and kind of makes the most sense. So I went with this one. This one is about 1,100 bucks. Shipped to my door. I think it was like 1,200 bucks, I forget. You guys can go on any of these websites and look up exactly what it is, and you guys will see exactly how much it is. So yeah, this one was about 1,200 bucks shipped to my door from Extreme Diesel Products, and I had to kind of bite the bullet on that, but what I was doing was I was kind of setting the truck up for the future. So the readings were like that. Like I said, that was like one of the top reasons why I wanted to get this thing, was because I got 8 readings on the one thing, and I mean, even with having the 4 gauges there, that's still, you know, I'm still four readings down, right? So I've got this thing mounted in there. It came with a little suction cup, and it seems to fit in there great. I have noticed that whenever I have it parked, because I don't have the windshield tinted yet, it does get very hot in the Florida sun. I mean, it is super hot. So what I've been doing is I've been taking off and putting it in the glove box or in the center console. That way it's not in the direct heat until I can get that windshield tinted. So that's another thing to kind of keep in mind when you do something like that. You know, there wasn't really any other place that I could really mount it, just because it is a decent size. It's like 6 or 7 inches. So it's a decent size, but it's not like really in your way or anything too crazy. I don't know, just a couple of things, food for thought on that. So that's my main reasons for getting that. It was plug and play, and it was budget friendly as far as getting what I wanted accomplished, right? I wanted to be able to switch through different tunes, go to Eco Tune. I got the truck programmed with a 100 horsepower tune on it already. It was just a tune that was uploaded to the truck, flashed onto the truck. And that's just what it was on. So now that I have this on there, it's all reset, and now it's back to exactly what I want it to be on, which is nice. Now I know the truck is not, you know, being hot tuned if it doesn't need it, right? Another thing you guys will see behind me is I have that fast pump. Now I got this fast pump when I got that programmer, and I ordered those maybe a week after I got the truck. So saying, you know, you're looking at maybe 6 weeks to 2 months that I've had those things kind of sitting over there on the shelf. I've been doing other things to the truck. You know, I haven't really been driving the truck too much. I still have to get the alignment done, still need to get the tires put on, all that good stuff. So the truck's registered, the truck's insured and all that good stuff. I just don't really drive it much because I've been working on it, and I want to get it really kind of buttoned up and tightened up before I start riding around town and really using the truck as a daily. So I do need to get the fast pump put on. That'll be in another video coming up shortly. I wanted to do the computer first, kind of get that thing situated, get everything done with that. I wanted to go ahead and get this fuel system put on there, because once we get rid of the stock fuel system that's on there, we'll be looking really good. EP44 that's on this truck, it does not have a remanufactured sticker, but it does look like it looks like a remanufactured unit. I was looking at it, and it's got the paint on the bolts and stuff that look like it is very fresh. So I was looking at the fuel pressure when I put the edge tuner in there, and my fuel pressure at idle sits right around 12. So, you know, it's not like it's weak or anything. I do know that it has an aftermarket fuel pump, but it's a block-sided pump. It's nothing fancy. Like I said, it's only 12 PSI. So we'll see what we get with this 165, and hopefully that will prevent our VP44 from, you know, overheating and grenading itself in a sense. Alrighty, got the truck pulled in here. I had to measure it first, but right there at the tallest point on the front, I mean, I've got like 3 inches left. I don't think it's gonna fit when I put the new tires on, just because these are so bald that, I mean, there's literally 2 inches worth of tread on those new tires. So it might be just where it's touching that weather stripping up there, but I was able to get it in here because it is super hot out there, super hot. So got it pulled in here, got the fans, and we are getting ready to knock it out. And I'm just watching the video right here with Edge, Edge products right here, and I'm just gonna watch them install this Edge box, and I'm gonna do it right along with them. I just wanted to give a quick overview before I got into installing this already. All the boxes and everything are out. I just wanted to show you what kind of comes in the box. You guys can check out other videos of like a tutorial and a step-by-step and whatnot, but here's the harness here just to give you guys a nice look at it. Looks really good. It's good quality. It's got nice loom on it. Everything is very plug and play. They said that the installation on this should take about 30 minutes. I'm gonna be doing mine alongside a video by Edge on their YouTube channel. This is for a VP44. So I'm just watching that video, and that video is a little over 30 minutes, and that's with the guy talking and explaining everything. So this is the window mount for our screen right here. So that's awesome. I don't think that we're gonna be using this. I think this is for 02s to 04 or 2000 to 2. I forget what this is for, but I don't think we need this. There's our EGTs, some other sensors here. There's our module that's going to be going on top of the fuse box. This is for our screen right there to hook it up, and this is to stack on any extra sensors or anything that we want to run on there. So super nice, definitely worth it. Alrighty, so I got it all wired up. A little help with Max Holloway and Joe Rogan, but we got it in there. It was a little bit of a chore, but honestly, it really was not too bad. So I got everything hooked up, got everything wired the right way, and now I'm just waiting for it to do its update. The only thing I have to do is I have to do the EGT gauge. I don't have a tap to be able to tap the threads, and I don't want to just force it because that's like a cast iron thing over there, so I don't really want to mess with it. So I got to run to Harbor Freight to get that to do the EGT, but everything else is completely hooked up and we are good to go. Super excited. Holy smokes, I just took it for the first ride, and I'm telling you, look at the amount of smoke that came out of the truck. It's all black already. Like, I literally just went 2 miles down the road to the gas station, and I came back and I ran it on all 5 tunes. And bro, this thing smokes so much. I clouded the entire 4-lane behind me. I just like stayed in it for about 20-30 seconds, and I don't know if it was that long, but at least 20 seconds, and it was just a train of black paint behind me. It was crazy. I can't even believe that this much soot got onto the side of the truck, and I just washed the truck like 2 days ago to get all the pollen and everything off. And so obviously this corner of the truck is going to be completely black because there's no way I'm going to keep it clean. But damn, even on the level 1 setting, which is the eco mode, it still smokes like crazy. So pleased with it. I love it. I just need to keep it on the first level tune because with the big injectors and stuff, it is a lot. I'm not even kidding. It is definitely like a dump truck now. So full Peterbilt mode, that's for sure. So my girlfriend's out of town right now, and she's going to be gone for about a week, and she's been saying that she wants to create like a little herb garden over here on the side of the house. This is the area that we don't use. The last person had put a weed barrier down, and they put all this mulch in here. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the mulch in here and then relocating it behind the shop where it's a bunch of sand and there's no vegetation. So this will be perfect back there. Then I'm going to pull up the weed barrier. We're going to fill it up with some gardening soil, and then I got one tomato plant, and then she has a bunch of her own plants she has like on a rack, and I'm gonna see about putting those around in here and whatnot. 3 trash cans worth of mulch, and spread it all back here. It was all sand, pretty much nothing growing back here. You can kind of see what it used to look like here. It was really bad. I got 10 bags of soil total. I cleaned everything out. I just left a little bit back there because there was like a trench, so I left that to fill it in. But you can see I'm gonna have at least 5 or 6 inches of soil down. I found a sprinkler head right there, so I'm gonna have to leave that area open, at least so we can come up. Hopefully it'll actually help water the garden for us. That'd be great. I got the tomato plant that I bought, and then one of her other plants, just to kind of get some stuff started over here. All right, this is what I have so far. Zoe's face is absolutely black from digging in the dirt and in the bag, but that's what dogs do, right? Oh, Dirty face. Anyways, so I've got this in. I've got all 10 bags of dirt in there. It looks like it filled it up just perfect, just the way I needed. This is as far as I got. I got the squash. See, it's either squash or pumpkins. I forget which one she's got. I put the cherry tomatoes that I bought in there. And then those are hers. I think she has cilantro. She's got rosemary, cilantro, peppers, basil. She has a couple other things over there that I haven't gotten, but you can see the sprinkler that I uncovered is actually working out pretty well. Another thing that I got actually just came in the mail today was I got door speakers, both 6x9s, nothing crazy, no Rockford Fosgate or anything, just something to get passenger door speaker replaced. I just got a set of two, I think maybe maybe like 50, 60 bucks for a set of two of them. A couple of tweeters in the middle and stuff like that. So we're gonna throw those in there. Another thing that I ordered when I got the speakers was I ordered new tow mirrors. So I got the same tow mirrors that I ran on the last truck. They're very common. You'll see them on everybody's truck if they do tow mirror upgrades. But these are the ones with the blinkers and the running lights in the mirrors themselves. The reason I did that was because I wanted to kind of do that 2 birds with 1 stone. Take the door panels off, do the speakers, do the mirrors, put the door panels on, call it a day, and be done with it. So that's what I'm going to do now. Is I am going to jump on the truck and rip the door panels off, change the speakers, change the mirrors, and I'm actually going to wire up the mirrors to where they run on the switchbacks with the blinkers, because last time I had it on the running lights and not on the blinkers. It was a little bit of a hassle. That last truck had aftermarket headlights in it, and it was very hard to figure out the wiring and whatnot. So I didn't have much faith in tapping into different wires and whatnot. So anyways, we will do that with this one right here. And another good thing is I also got the wiper arm assembly. I got that with the new motor in. I got new wiper arms and new wiper blades, so we'll be knocking that out as well too. I don't know if we're going to get to that today, but we'll see. Another thing was I got a box of the assortment of the black clips. I'll show you guys real fast what I got here. You'll kind of see. So I need these to be able to put the fender liners back in. It was missing a few of them, and you just need to replace those things. Believe it or not, that little box set right there on Amazon was only about $7. So I was like, hey, I might as well get it. I'm going to need it on future projects. Lord knows I've needed them in the past, and I haven't had a set. So now I've got the set. So we'll get the freshly painted fender liners put into the truck today as well. Actually, you know what? We're actually going to wait on that until after we do the fuel, just so I have access in there, just so I can leave that open space so I can have access in there. But as of right now, let's go ahead and jump over on the door panels and get that stuff switched out. So you can see this is the old one here. Definitely old, seen better days. And then this is the new one we're going to. 600 watts. Nothing fancy, but they're very similar, I guess. All right, here's the new mirror. Same ones as the last truck. I think these mirrors, I'll put a link to all the stuff down at the bottom of the video. And every video I went back and all the stuff that I've bought, I've put in that video. So you'll see these, there's an Amazon link down at the bottom, and you'll see these. I think these are the cheapest ones I found. I went through all the pages. Sometimes if you go to like the 5th or 6th page on Amazon, you'll find them for a lot cheaper. So these, I forget how much I paid for them, but if you check out the link, you'll see them. Honestly, I'll probably put those on Marketplace for like 50 bucks just to get them out of my hair, because I've sold everything else. I mean, I sold the exhaust that I took off for 100 bucks, made that guy happy. And I mean, I've got the original bumper and original tailgate for this truck, but I don't think I'm selling those. I think I'm going to keep it with the truck. go, just like that. It's on there, nice and level. All right, I got that one plugged up, ran it through the boot. Now I'm gonna run it in the engine compartment. I got it on there, got it all dirty again, but that's okay, I'll clean it. But I wanted to show you, look at that, the mirror works. You see that? Oh yeah. The other ones didn't even have a plug, so they didn't work at all. But now these work, which is sick. The only thing is I can't get my door switch to work. So I gotta look into that. Maybe it's a fuse or something. But now I've got it all put back together. It looks really good on there. So much better with that nice modern look on there. I've got my wires ran through the firewall, down through the side, and then they come out right here. And all I gotta do is just take out the lights so I can wire them to the blinker. But what I'm gonna do now, while I still have a little bit of daylight left, is knock out the other side. Well, that's why our speaker was not working. It wasn't even connected. You can see here, it's got the wires here like this, not even connected. So chances are the speaker might have been still good, but man, you can see this thing has been through it. So regardless, it definitely needed to be changed. All right, there you have it. So unfortunately, after doing some more research, this is only able to run either hooked up to the running light or hooked up to the blinker light. So I chose the running light just so it's on all the time, anytime I have my headlights on like this, because these are hooked up to the running lights as well. So you can see my light there. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I wanted it to be able to work with the switchbacks as well, but unfortunately, it's just not able to do that. So it's either one or the other. So I chose to keep it on the running lights. So I just have to do that side and then we'll be done. All right, there you go. Check that out. You got the lights on, sick. Now I'm gonna take it for a quick little ride and I'll take you guys with me. All right, you can see I got the gauges here. This truck is loud. You guys can see I got my headlights adjusted. Now they sit perfect. She runs like a top. She's running really good. Now that's on stage one. That's only on the first level there. But you can see it's got my speed. I know it's kind of hard for y'all to see while I'm driving, but now I think that the boost is only topping out around 10 or 12. God damn, this thing sounds so good. The truck's not quite warm enough yet to give it any beans yet, so we're gonna leave it on one. One is just economy mode. It still rolls coal though. This truck rides real good, drives real good too. There you go, boys. System works great. You can go up 2, 3, 4, 5. You can change all the colors. So you can change the green to any color, the blue to any color. You can change any of the gauges that you see. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different gauge spots here. And yeah, absolutely love this thing. This thing is great. The dash lights look great, you guys can see. She's running really good, nice and healthy. I don't know how to get that airbag light to go away, but And then the in-dash works great. AC works great. Got my boost controller right here. And yeah, you can see the truck is slowly but surely wrapping up. Another reason why I haven't been driving it is that output shaft seal is leaking so bad. I have a new one on the shelf, I just haven't done it yet, but that's the main reason why I haven't really been driving it. It just leaks every single time I drive it. I mean, you guys saw I only drove it for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and you can see it's just dripping underneath there. So definitely got to change that out here in the next couple days. And same thing with the wheel bearings. I got new wheel bearings. You should hear this one. That the right side is fine, but this driver's side, dude, you can hear it clicking and clanking when you go up over bumps and stuff. And then when I jack it up, I can move the whole wheel. So this thing is almost going to be gone, but wanted to give you guys one last look here of what it looks like at night. I think it looks really good. The only thing that we're missing now is some cab lights. And I've got some in my shopping cart. I'm just debating on if I want smoked ones or if I want clear ones. I know that I'm gonna go with the amber LED on top just because I have the amber blinkers and I have the amber on the mirrors. So I am gonna do amber cab lights, but I just don't know if I'm gonna do white lens or smoked lens or even traditional. I don't think I would do traditional though. Either smoked or the white. Maybe the white so that it matches the mirrors. I think that would look really good too.